Japan is racist and xenophobic with heaping arrogance. See the videos on this channel or move to Japan permanently to learn more. Obviously, immigration is controversial, and so Japan is losing its shit at the moment. But with Japan's cratering economy, beggars can't be choosers. And Japan's government knows this. They are working to get people into Japan, and that's smart. Still, highly educated Japanese people think they are going to become the next Europe. That's because Japan doesn't know how Europe's immigration problems started, and they don't really care to learn. Just stay out. I have been pulled into this issue by two different Japanese people in 1 week. Both these people are highly educated. One is a software engineer and the other works in the international sales department for a large corporation. Yet, even they fall into Japan's misguided xenophobia. Japan is very right-wing regarding everything foreigners. Education levels be damned. About becoming the next Europe, let's review Japan's colonies in Africa and the Middle East. Oh yeah, they never existed. Japan only achieved a temporary military occupation in World War II. Japan has never colonized anyone long-term. Japan will never have Europe's immigration. There's that. One of them showed me a video of Germany, something about Muslims in Germany. First off, Muslims are much better than Christians. I say this factually as an atheist comparing the numbers. Historically, Christians have killed millions, many millions more than Muslims have. So, welcome Muslims into Japan with open arms and thank them for not being Christian and for helping Japan's economy. Personally, I am happy to see Muslims in Japan. And I see many Indonesian Muslims all the time. They force Japan to look in the mirror and freak out. This is a necessary growing pain for Japan to become mature, unbigoted, and economically more strong. But how did Muslims end up in Germany again? Oh yeah, WARmerica terrorism, which is fully supported by Japan. Dear Japan, Muslim immigrants in Germany were displaced by WARmerica terrorism. Let's review. WARmerica began illegally occupying 30% of Syria in 2015, destabilizing Syria to the point of ruin. Then, Kurdish Muslims fled to Germany and to Japan. Spoiler alert, mass murder for resource theft leads to victim immigration. Look at all the problems WARmerica has created globally in their attempt to control and steal the world's resources. Central and South Americans have been fleeing to WARmerica for decades, victims of WARmerica's death cult terrorism. If you make problems, you deserve them to arrive at your doorstep, and Japan is always helping WARmerica displace people all over the world. America began occupying Syria in 2015 to steal its resources. That is the same year Syrians began going to Germany and Japan. From 2015 to 2021, Syrians were the largest group entering Germany. This is not a coincidence. This is cause and effect. So thank you, WARmerica, for changing Germany and Japan's demographics. Dear Japan, relax. Japan is very, very far from these victim countries. Germany is not, and so they are all going to Europe mostly. Most refugees, which Japan helped create, will not be coming to Japan. Japan is too far away. Saved by proximity. Many Muslims in Japan are Kurdish Muslims from Syria. They came to Japan thanks to Japan's supported WARmerica terrorism. Yet from 2016 to 2026, 10 years, arrest records for these Muslims in Saitama Prefecture did not increase. The number of foreigners arrested in Saitama Prefecture has not changed, even though their population doubled over the past 10 years. Now that's remarkable. Kurdish Muslims' population doubled, yet their arrest records remained the same. Wait, so we can't hate these people with the WARmerican Islamophobia we are programmed with? Hi! If you doubled the population of Japan, arrest records would also double, guaranteed. Obviously, Muslims in Japan don't want to bite the hand that feeds them. They need to be morally better than Japanese in order to stay in Japan, and they are, based on Japan's government data. They do not want to lose this opportunity at a new life. Please don't think about this reality. Oh no. Instead, Japanese double down and dig deeper into their racism and xenophobia to justify it. Here's some other ugly stuff my highly educated Japanese friends tried to slide past me. But Islamic women were beaten to death by men when they took off their hijab, the software engineer told me. Oh, now we are having a morality discussion. I see. Okay, well, Japan-supported America kills millions of Muslims, mostly civilians, including women and children. Japan and WARmerica are worse than Muslims. But back to Japan for a second. Are Muslims killing Muslim women in Japan for not wearing a hijab? No, Japan has different laws. Apparently, Japan is a different country. Oh, that part. Then I explained women's rights and gender equality. Indonesia is the largest Muslim nation on earth, and they have better women's rights than Japan. Actually, many Muslim nations rank higher than Japan on the Gender Equality Index because they treat women better than Japan. Right now, in 2026, Japan has World War II-like comfort women sex slaves. Yes, right now. Japan buys and sells humans, and they are Japanese women. My video about that here. Japan's WARmerica has killed millions of Muslim women for no reason at all. Not from morality police and hijab laws, but for no reason at all. Indiscriminate mass murder of Muslim women to steal resources from their country. Sorry, countries. The truth is, Japan should take these immigrants because Japan hosts the WARmerican terrorist regime that caused their immigration into Japan. Share the responsibility because you host and support the cause of immigrants coming to Japan. That's endless WARmerican terrorism. Dear Japan, if you are angry about immigrants, blame your friend, WARmerica. Another Islamophobia excuse that failed was this one. Japan mistakenly thinks these people are freeloaders and leeches. They don't understand immigration at all. Dear Japan, to stay in Japan, immigrants need to work and contribute and support themselves. That's the expectation for letting them in Japan in the first place. And that's good for Japan's economy. Japan pretends immigrants will be homeless and living on the streets, just like homeless Japanese freeloaders. Also, immigrants take the lowest jobs in Japanese society. These are jobs that need to be replenished. They work at convenience stores, nursing homes, construction site cleanups and demolition, at food centers making rice triangles for convenience stores, at garbage and recycling centers. These are jobs Japanese generally don't want. But here's the biggest point. The net positives from having more people contributing to Japan's economy will by far outweigh the net negatives. But don't try telling this to ordinary Japanese people. They don't want to acknowledge this. It does not fit with the racism they are programmed with. Japan is a supremely arrogant bunch, unwilling to mature and reinforced by their collective ignorance. But how crazy is Japan regarding immigration right now? This crazy. The software engineer showed me this article about two old Japanese people returning to Japan after living abroad for many decades. Why are Japanese complaining about other Japanese? Because they left Japan years ago. Japanese are now calling them scumbags for having left a long time ago. The software engineer then told me they never paid taxes in Japan. What? Yeah, because that's the law. People only pay taxes on income where they live. Double taxation is illegal. But my friend had no idea about this, and it was just another failed racist lame excuse. And they ignored the bigger point. Anyone coming to Japan is good for Japan. Japan needs bodies. The old Japanese people returning will spend money in Japan. Immigrants will do the same when they work. These are net positives that will outweigh the few immigrants that don't work or that overstay their visas. But let's be honest, the real issue for Japan is Japan's racial purity being diluted. Some Japanese will talk about this. Others hide behind misguided xenophobia and racism with fake morality attempts. And by diluting racial purity, I mean bad manners from foreigners, which Japanese already have in abundance. Watch all my videos about Japanese bad manners in Japan. Japanese people literally model bad manners every day for newly arriving immigrants to follow. Oshiete kudate, arigatou gozaimasu. That means, thank you for showing me. On the freeloaders point, Japan already has a large segment that doesn't work. They are called hikikomori. They are recluse, stay-at-home agoraphobes. But many other Japanese also don't work. And Japan has hundreds of thousands of Japanese people that refuse to pay into Japan's pension system. Freeloading is already the Japanese culture. Japan also had homicide, theft, and immorality before immigrants ever came to Japan. But these stupid old people taking their larger retirement savings earned overseas and spending it in Japan are bad. They will live easily in Japan with more money to spend after the awesome conversion rates they'll get transferring their money to Japan. And that's good for Japan's economy. Terrible old people returning to Japan to help Japan's economy. How dare they? Welcome home, assholes! And now we know why they stayed away for so long.